Hello, seniors. Today, we're diving into a topic that might really surprise you, something about healthy eating that could actually be harmful for your legs as you get older. That's right, we're talking about certain fruits that many seniors eat regularly, thinking they're doing good for their health. But these specific fruits, they might actually be destroying your leg strength. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Fruit is healthy. We're always told to eat more fruit. And generally speaking, that's true. Fruits are packed with vitamins, fiber, and good stuff. It's one of the most common pieces of health advice out there. Eat your fruits and vegetables. And for most people, most of the time, that advice is spot on. But here's the thing. As our bodies change with age, how we process certain things changes too. And what might be perfectly fine, or even great for a younger person, could potentially cause problems for seniors. What if the way you've been eating fruit is actually working against your goal of staying active, strong, and independent? What if some popular fruits are making your legs weaker, bit by bit, without you even knowing it? This isn't just about eat healthy, it's about eating smart for your age and your body's needs right now. The good news is, once you know which specific fruits are the culprits and why, you can make simple, powerful changes to protect and even build your leg strength. I've looked deeply into the science of nutrition, how it affects our bodies as we age, and specifically, how different foods impact muscle and bone health. And I've identified 7 common fruits that seniors should seriously consider cutting back on or avoiding. In this video, I'm going to walk you through each of these 7 fruits one by one. I'll explain exactly why they can be an issue for your leg strength, using simple terms. And most importantly, I'll tell you what you can do instead, so you know exactly how to eat to keep your legs strong and reliable. This isn't just about avoiding things. It's about giving you the power to keep moving easily, climb those stairs without worry, and stand up from a chair with confidence. It's about maintaining your independence. Stick with me, and by the end, you'll have a clear roadmap to eating fruit in a way that supports, not sabotages, your leg strength. All right, let's dive in. Okay, let's get started with the first fruit on our list that might be silently weakening your legs. This one might surprise many of you. It's mango. Now, mangoes taste absolutely delicious. They're tropical, sweet, and full of vitamins like vitamin C. You often see them in fruit salads, smoothies, or just eaten fresh. But here's the catch for seniors. Mangoes are incredibly high in natural sugars. Just 1 cup of sliced mango can have around 23 grams of sugar. That's more sugar than many cookies or small candy bars. For our bodies, especially as we age, processing that much sugar quickly can be a challenge. When you eat a lot of high-sugar fruit like mangoes, it can cause a rapid spike in your blood sugar levels. Over time, these frequent spikes can lead to something called inflammation throughout your body. And guess what inflammation does? It doesn't just make your joints ache. It can actually harm your muscle tissue and make it harder for your muscles to work properly. Think of your muscles needing a smooth, steady supply of fuel to keep your legs strong and stable for walking, standing, or climbing stairs. When you cause big blood sugar swings, it disrupts that smooth process and creates an environment of inflammation, which is like putting tiny roadblocks in your muscles and nerves. It silently chips away at their strength and efficiency. So while a little bit of mango occasionally is fine, eating large portions regularly might be counteracting your efforts to maintain strong legs. Now, if you were surprised by mango, the next fruit on our list is even more of a sugar powerhouse, and it's often eaten in ways that make it even worse. Let's talk about dates. You see dates in healthy energy bars as a natural sweetener or just eaten on their own as a snack. They have a rich, sweet taste and a chewy texture. But dates are little bundles of concentrated sugar. Just 2 medjool dates, which are quite common, can contain about 33 grams of sugar. That's a massive amount packed into a small serving. They are one of the highest sugar fruits out there, especially when you eat more than one. Eating dates causes a huge fast surge in your blood sugar. This is a big shock to your system, even more so for seniors whose bodies might not be as efficient at managing these rapid changes. That intense sugar load needs to be processed by your body, and it can lead to significant energy crashes once the initial high wears off. Why is this particularly bad for leg strength? Maintaining leg strength and balance requires consistent energy and healthy muscle function. If you're constantly sending your body on a roller coaster of blood sugar highs and then experiencing crashes, you won't have the steady energy you need for physical activity or even simple things like standing for a while or getting up from a chair. These sugar bombs contribute significantly to the kind of systemic inflammation and metabolic stress that undermines muscle health and makes your legs feel tired, weak, and less reliable over time. They're tricky because they are often marketed as a healthy snack, but for seniors, the high sugar concentration can be much more detrimental to long-term muscle health than you might realize. It's a clear case where the reality of their sugar impact beats the expectation of them being just a simple healthy treat. Speaking of added sugar and altered forms of fruit, our next fruit on the list is also one where the convenient version is often the problem. Dried cranberries. Dried cranberries look like tiny wrinkled berries. You find them in salads, oatmeal, muffins, trail mixes, and sometimes even bread. They have a slightly tart but mostly sweet taste. Here's the hidden problem. Natural cranberries are quite tart. To make dried cranberries appealing to most people, manufacturers add a lot of sugar, usually more sugar than the cranberries themselves contain. So you're not just getting dried fruit, you're often getting dried fruit coated in extra sugar. When you eat dried cranberries, you're consuming a concentrated dose of both the fruit's natural sugar and a load of added sugar without the water that would normally dilute it and with less fiber relative to the sugar content than fresh cranberries. This is another recipe for significant blood sugar spikes and inflammation. The sneaky thing about dried cranberries is how easily you eat a lot of them without thinking. A small sprinkle here, a handful there, and you've consumed a surprisingly high amount of sugar, contributing to that chronic inflammation that directly impacts your leg muscles and joints. It makes them weaker and less resilient. You might think you're adding healthy fruit to your meal, but you could be adding tiny sugar bombs that are subtly contributing to reduced leg strength over time. Always check the ingredients list on dried fruit packages. Look for no added sugar or unsweetened versions if you can find them. Or better yet, stick to the fresh version. All right, let's move on. This next fruit is a popular snack that's easy to overeat without even realizing how much sugar you're getting. Grapes. Grapes are small, juicy, and sweet. They come in green, red, or purple and are often eaten by the handful. While grapes have some good antioxidants, they are naturally high in sugar, especially compared to fruits like berries. A cup of grapes has about 15 grams of sugar. That's not as high as mango or dates. But the problem is, it's very easy to eat way more than a cup without even thinking about it. You can pop grapes one after another and quickly consume 2, 3, or even more cups in one sitting. That means you could be getting 30, 45, or even 60 grams of sugar from a snack you thought was healthy. This high sugar load leads to those unwanted blood sugar spikes and the inflammatory response. Consistently consuming large amounts of sugar from snacks like grapes contributes to the overall sugar burden on your body. This chronic sugar exposure and the resulting inflammation make it harder for your muscles to stay strong, recover from activity, and maintain overall vitality. It's the large, frequent doses of sugar, even from a seemingly healthy source like grapes, that can subtly erode your leg strength over time. Enjoy grapes in moderation, perhaps a small cluster, and be mindful of how many you're eating in one sitting. Speaking of added sugar and altered forms of fruit, our next fruit on the list is also one where the convenient version is often the problem. Canned fruit and syrup. You see canned peaches, pears, fruit cocktail, and other fruits often sitting in a thick, sweet syrup on grocery store shelves. They're easy to store and ready to eat. While the fruit itself started out healthy, the process of canning, especially in heavy syrup, adds a massive amount of sugar to the fruit. The syrup is usually made of water and lots of added sugar, which the fruit soaks up like a sponge. The delicate structures of the fruit are also broken down, meaning the natural sugars are even more quickly absorbed. This is essentially like eating fruit immersed in liquid candy. It causes an immediate and strong blood sugar spike, much more dramatic than eating fresh fruit with its natural fiber intact. For maintaining consistent energy for leg activity and reducing overall inflammation, opting for less ripe bananas is a better strategy. The rapid sugar absorption from overly ripe fruit can contribute to those energy dips and inflammatory effects that make your legs feel less energetic and strong. If you love bananas, choose those that are still mostly yellow, maybe with just a few speckles, and pair them with protein or healthy fat like nuts or yogurt to slow down sugar absorption. It's a simple tweak, but choosing the right ripeness can make a difference in how your body and your leg muscles respond. All right, the final fruit on our list that seniors should be careful with is another naturally sweet one, often found in popular snacks: figures. Figs are soft, sweet, and have a unique texture with tiny seeds inside. They can be eaten fresh or dried and are common in jams, cookies, like fig bars, and other treats. Like dates, fresh figs are quite sugary, and when they are dried, that sugar becomes even more concentrated. Just a few dried figs can easily contain 20 to 30 grams of sugar. Products made with figs, like bars or cookies, often have added sugars on top of the fruit's natural sweetness. Consuming figs, especially in dried or processed forms, delivers a fast and heavy load of sugar to your system, leading to blood sugar spikes and the unwanted cascade of reactions in your body. Regularly eating these high-sugar fruits contributes to the inflammatory state and metabolic stress that makes it harder for your leg muscles to stay strong and function optimally. This chronic sugar overload can undermine your energy levels and the ability of your muscles to recover and rebuild, which is crucial for maintaining mobility and preventing that feeling of legs weakening over time. Being mindful of the sugar content in figs, especially dried ones and fig-based products, is another important step in eating smart for strong, healthy legs as you age. So there you have it: mango, dates, dried cranberries, canned fruit and syrup, grapes, overly ripe bananas, and figs. 7 fruits that, while not evil in themselves, can be surprisingly high in sugar and contribute to inflammation and energy crashes that work against your leg strength as a senior. Remember, keeping your legs strong isn't just about lifting weights. It's heavily influenced by the fuel you give your body. By being mindful of the sugar content, even in natural sources like fruit, and reducing or avoiding these specific offenders, you are taking a significant step towards supporting your muscle health, boosting your energy, and maintaining your ability to move freely and confidently. This is about staying independent, enjoying your activities, and feeling strong on your feet for years to come. It's about making small, smart changes for big results. Making these changes really can make a difference. If you found this information valuable, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps other seniors find this important advice. And if you have any questions at all about these fruits or any other nutrition topic for seniors, please leave a comment below. I read every single one, and I'll do my best to answer. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more simple, practical tips like these to help you live your healthiest, strongest life as you age. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.